Hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto and today we're heading off to Germany for round 6, the European Grand Prix of the 2000 Formula 1 season. Let's get started.
Located approximately 60 kilometers northwest of Koblenz, the Nürburgring combines short straights with a challenging combination of slow, medium and fast turns. Whilst the new Nürburgring pales into insignificance compared to the original Nordschleife circuit, the fatalities of yesteryear more than justify today's safety standards, which render the old 14-mile loop redundant.
Here we are at the Nordschleife for the European Grand Prix and we are ready to get things started. But as always, before we can get to the race itself, we need to put in a couple of qualifying laps. So let's see how things turn out. Not very good, I presume. So, here we are now coming around for our first qualifying lap. As always, I was off the pace, but we crossed the line with a time of 1 minute 24.681 seconds, and that places us in 18th for the moment. And now, coming around for our second qualifying lap towards the end of the session, we crossed the line with a time of 1 minute 25.245 seconds, almost a full second slower than the previous outing, and that places us 20th on the grid for the race. See you there.
Hello there. Welcome to Europe for round 6 of the 2000 FIA Formula 1 World Championship. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Over 30 degrees and climbing. It's a fantastic day for Formula 1. Mika Häkkinen first. David Coulthard second. Schumacher third. Button fourth. Rubens Barrichello fifth. Jos Verstappen sixth. Jacques Villeneuve seventh. Nick Heidfeld 8th. Ralf Schumacher 9th. Fisichella consistently outpaced his championship rival, the Jaguar driver. Frentzen 11th. Irvine was consistently faster than his teammate. He starts 12th. Trulli 13th. Alexander Wurz 14th. Mika Salo 15th. Ricardo Zonta, 16th. Pedro Diniz, 17th. Jean Alesi, 18th. De La Rosa, 19th. The Jaguar driver, 20th. Genet, 21st. Mazzacane, 22nd.
So, here we are on the grid ready to start off round 6 of the 2000 Formula 1 Championship. And here's hoping to replicate the amazing success of our previous race in Spain. And we're off. To a pretty bad start, I should say. Even Mazzacane managed to get in front, hopefully not for long. As we approach turn 1, we get in front of Gaston and Alesi, and there seems to be an incident on the very first lap. So let's have a look at the start first, and then the incident. So here is a replay of the start, as everyone pulls away nicely at first, but then, as we approach turn 1, De La Rosa hits Salo. There's the crash. Luckily, no one else got caught up in the incident. However, I did slow down quite a bit there, because I was afraid of getting involved. And now we are riding with Ricardo Zonta to take a look at the accident. There is Salo right in front, everyone slows down for the turn, but De La Rosa comes out of nowhere, hits Salo from behind. Quite hard to be honest, he should have been a bit more careful. Anyway, while we were looking at those replays, Alesi got in front of us. We tried to regain the lost position through the corner, but we were unable. However, I am sure that we'll get another opportunity, as De La Rosa is holding up everyone behind. As such, it shouldn't be too hard to gain a few more positions before the lap is over. And as we go past Jean Alesi, there is another incident. And here's a replay. We have Trulli in front, Ralf Schumacher behind him, and then the Benetton of Wurz, I believe, and Frentzen behind, and it looked like there was just a slight contact there. Nothing serious. But we are now following Diniz with Alesi close behind, as De La Rosa continues to hold us up. We need to find a way around this train of cars, because we are losing way too much time. That's not good. I hope you'll agree. We really are going very slow. Vert and Denise got around De La Rosa, so now it's our time. As he cuts in front of us, I think he should just give up at this point. There is absolutely no reason you should hold up cars when you simply just cannot keep up the pace. You should know that he can't go fast through the corners without both his wings. Anyway, we managed to get around him, so we can now get back up to racing pace, and hope that we can gain a few more positions in the upcoming laps. As we come around to finish lap 1 of this 16 lap race, Dennis is now 2.5 seconds ahead, and the Lacey, who also managed to get around the damaged arrows of De La Rosa, is 1.5 seconds behind. So let's see what we can do from here. I would very much like to put a few more points on the board, but we'll have to wait and see how things pan out. Later on we catch up to Deniz and we are close enough to try and go for a pass. And we are now side by side as we slow down for the hairpin. But Pedro Diniz won't give up his position without a fight. However, as we exit the hairpin, he gives up. Let's take another look at that, shall we? I usually don't show replays of my overtakes, but this one seemed worthwhile showing. And there we are side by side as we come through that hairpin. Diniz tries to get back at us, but we have the better line through the corner and get in front on the exit. Next up, we have the BAR of Ricardo Zonta, and we pass him as well through this fast right-hander, placing us in 15th. So we are well on our way to replicate our previous success. Nothing really happened until lap 7 when we had to pit. Well, we passed a few cars that were in the pits, but other than that, nothing exciting. So while we are pitting, let's have a look at how Genet lost his rear wing. We have Hakkinen, Coulthard and Schumacher coming to lap him, but Genet isn't giving them enough room to pass. Realistically, he should have pulled to the side and slowed down to allow them to pass. That won't help Hakkinen at all. So after around 10 seconds of being stationary, we are ready to rejoin the track. And I mess up. Instead of pressing the pit limiter button, I press the button that puts the car into neutral. And I do it several times. I cannot even imagine what was going through my head at the moment. The buttons aren't even close to one another to say that I accidentally pressed the wrong one. I am using a Thrustmaster T150 RS, by the way, and if you've seen one or have one yourself, you'll know that the R2 button, which in my case is the pit limiter, and the X button, which is the neutral, aren't close at all. Just goes to show that I'm a complete idiot. Anyway, after that hilarious cock-up of mine, we are chasing down Alexander Wirth, who is 7.5 seconds ahead. Meanwhile, somewhere on the track, Lacey is in trouble. And here is Jean Lacey approaching the hairpin. As he enters the second sector of the track, his engine bursts into flames. He pulls off and stops in the gravel trap. So, retirements so far are Lacey, Frentzen, Genet and Salo. That leaves 18 of the 24 starters. Quite a good number considering we are well within the second half of the race. Anyway, we are slowly closing in on Wirth by around half a second per lap at the moment. Now, coming around to finish lap 10 and start lap 11, our engineer informs us of wave yellow flags around sector 1. And what's this? It looks like Michael Schumacher is having problems because all of a sudden we are catching up to him very fast. And now he despawned. That will put Hakkinen very close to him in the championship. Anyway, let's have a look at what happened. Here is the replay. We see Button exiting our screen and Hakkinen with Schumacher behind. They are battling for position. Schumacher goes wide and I suspect he might have some problems with his brakes. As I said, with Schumacher out of the race, Hakkinen will get very close to him in the championship. Assuming of course he actually finishes the race. In any case, that will put a lot of pressure on Schumacher, who hasn't won a championship since 1995 when he was driving for Benetton. Oh, how I miss those times. I really enjoyed watching the battles between Schumacher and Hill. Those were the days. Anyway, enough babbling because we are now just 4 seconds behind Alexander Wirth. And although that doesn't sound like being too close, it is enough for him to make a mistake and that would put us even closer to him. So we need to keep pushing. As we come around to finish lap 11, if I'm not mistaken, Fisichella is in the pits, so let's see if we can overtake him while he is stationary. Oh no, it looks like he is now exiting the pit, so let's race him into turn 1. And he slams into the side of our car. Damn it. This is going to lose us a lot of time. Thankfully the gravel traps in this game don't really act like real ones, or else I would be in a lot of trouble right now. So here is a replay of the incident. There is Fisichella. As he rejoins the track, he slams into the side of our car And as you can see, that was quite violent. In my opinion, he should have just give up the position instead of risking both his race and mine. I truly believe that I was not at fault there, but maybe I'm wrong. So what do you guys think? Please let me know. Well, that most definitely ruined our race, but we are now catching up to Deniz, so let's hope we can at least get around him without any more drama. But I attacked the curb a bit too aggressively and spin the car. Oh, for fiddlesticks, never mind. Let's just finish the race. Damn it. With the spin we had not so long ago, Deniz managed to pull a gap of around 5.5 seconds, as there is another incident on the track somewhere in front of us. Here we have Heidfeld coming through the corner, and it looks like Truly was involved in another collision since he is trying to turn back onto the track, and as a consequence, Heidfeld crashes into him. So let's see what happened before this accident. So, here we have Truly trying to keep Ralf Schumacher behind, and as they come through the very same corner, Schumacher clips the rear end of Truly's car, sending him into a spin. And then, Nick Heidfeld, who was probably unaware of what was going on ahead of him, slams into the Jordan of Jarno Trulli. Well, that gives us a free position, and we are now up in P14. Sadly, there isn't too much left of this race, so we probably have to settle for 14, which is a shame really considering how well we did the last week. But I guess this is the nature of racing, so we have to live with it. Amazingly, as we come around to start our final lap, we catch up to Trulli and Deniz. Let's see if we can make anything out of this without doing something very stupid. We pass Trulli, next is Deniz, and we're through. And I go a bit wide through turn 1. Next would be Fisichella, who is around 6 seconds ahead, so there is no way in hell we'll be able to catch up to him unless he retires on this lap. And we are now coming around to finish the lap and the race. Here are the finishers and the retirements. We finish in P12, not bad considering we started in 20th, but I was hoping for something a little bit better.
That was an absolutely breathtaking European Grand Prix. Here are the final results. Coulthard first. Jensen Button second. Hakkinen third. Verstappen fourth. Jacques Villeneuve fifth. Rubens Barrichello sixth. The Jaguar driver 12th. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Michael Schumacher first.
So, Schumacher maintains his lead in the championship, but Hakkinen, having finished in third, gets closer to him and the gap now is down to 7 points. Schumacher with 37 and Hakkinen with 30. Coulthard, having finished the race in first position, moves into third ahead of Button, who is now fourth with 18 points, just 2 points behind the Scotsman. Jos Verstappen moves up into fifth with 9 points. Rubens Barrichello maintains his sixth position with 7 points. Joining him is our teammate Eddie Irvine and Nick Heidfeld. Jacques Villeneuve moves up into 7 with 5 points, position which he shares with Ralf Schumacher. We are still in 8th with 3 points, position which we share with Giancarlo Fisichella. Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Alexander Wirth share 9th with 2 points, and finally in 10th we have Mika Salo with 1 single point.
McLaren regained the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari are second, followed by the third-placed Williams.
McLaren move up into first position in the Constructors' Championship with 50 points, and they are now 6 points ahead of Ferrari with 44 points. Williams maintain their third but now have 23 points. Our team is amazingly still in fourth with 10 points, but Arrows are now very close. They moved up into fifth, now with 9 points, so that is a bit too close for comfort. Prost dropped down to 6th with 7 points. BAR move up into 7th, position which they share with Benetton, both with 5 points. As such, Jordan momentarily move up into 8th with 2 points, and Sauber into 9th with 1 point. Well, that was a very disappointing result compared to Spain. First, I messed up when rejoining the track, when I messed up my buttons because I'm a complete idiot. Then we were involved in that incident with Fisichella, which in my opinion was totally his fault, but feel free to comment on that and tell me what you think. and finally I made that mistake when I tried to pass Deniz, but I ended up spinning the car instead. So yeah, I'm not too proud of today's race. But anyway, join me next time when we will be heading off to Monaco for round 7 of the season, which will probably be another barrel of laughs. In fact, I'm pretty sure it will be. Anyway, until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.